Welcome back to Cybersecurity Awareness Month with CyberSafe. I am really excited to be joined by another one of my colleagues today who is going to be sharing a cybersecurity best practice with us.
Hey, yep, thanks for having me. So we're going to talk a little bit about passwords today. So as humans, we have a limited capacity to memorize complex passwords, and as a result, we often wind up choosing something that can be easily guessed.
That we do. I'm sure there are a number of people listening to this that may be guilty of, using their kid's name as the password, the dog's name, or even worse, something like a password 1, password 1, 2. So what do we do about it?
Yeah, so to address that security concern, a lot of companies have introduced a policy which increases complexity. For example, an organization may require you to choose a password constructed of like a mixed character, one digit, an uppercase symbol. So unfortunately, what winds up happening there is you get a user who's just going to choose, capital S summer 2022 exclamation point. So as somebody who emulates attacking, that becomes very easy to start password guessing and password spraying. And on top of that, so our breach analysis trends, they currently show that the benefit is not nearly as significant or impactful as people initially thought there. So trends are also demonstrating that many of the attacks associated with these passwords are not really affected by that complexity and length requirement because for obvious reasons, as we just said, changing it through the year, summer, winter, fall, spring, that sort of thing, just becomes really easy for a user to get by there. And all they have to do is change the number in the year, and that kind of takes care of things. So one of the things that we recommend is just coming up with one really long passphrase. So, my generation, Chris Farley, I live in a van down by the river, add some uniqueness down to that, and then choose a password manager to manage all of your highly complex passwords. And that way you're a little bit better protected than you would be if you didn't have that sort of routine or security practice going on.
Excellent advice. Yes, I can't agree more. Password manager is absolutely something that all organizations should look at implementing. Definitely think about this from an organizational level, right? So if you have a question, you're interested in implementing something like a password manager, talk to your teams, talk to your IT teams, talk to your leadership. Bring this up as a really good cyber practice that you've learned, of course, during Cybersecurity Awareness Month. But most importantly, let's not forget about other security measures as well, right? We want to make it really hard for a threat actor to get into an environment. So we'll consider things like multi-factor authentication, of course, those strong passwords, and then most importantly, we want to have detection capabilities to know if and when defenses ever have been breached. So thank you guys so much for joining us. Stay tuned for quite a bit more throughout Cybersecurity Awareness Month.